Hey, hi everybody. Happy Tuesday, the 19th. This is a beautiful day here in Texas, and I am so happy to be here for just myself having a conversation with you folks today at Conversations with Geoff. Man, what a great weekend we had. We were able to hang out with the grandbabies, and I'll get to that in a moment. So I want to thank everybody for supporting our show, for all you new folks that are becoming part of our community. You're making the right choice. For those of you that are going to hear this for the first time, make sure you subscribe to it, set the bell up so you'll be notified when we're dropping some nuggets, bringing our guests in here and delivering what we believe is something that will help you change that conversation you're having with yourself about yourself. Smash, eliminate, become aware of, and then begin to battle that negative thinking that happens to all of us each and every day we live here on this planet, and find a new way to think about ourselves, a new way to treat ourselves, and have a better outcome than we ever imagined, right? So welcome everybody again to the show. It's just going to be me, and I want to just give you an idea. You know, we dropped some things in here about 3 different categories, around the power of resilience, yes, and transforming challenges into opportunities, and then the last thing, some things around me. But today I'm going to say, I looked at everything, I kind of worked it all out, and I'm thinking, man, I need to kind of break some of this stuff up because I don't want to keep you here all day, right? I want to get you here, give you something that you can use right now, today, to change your direction of your day, to improve the direction of your day, to just make it a killer day for you for hanging out with me, right? But I do want to just share, I'm going back now to the weekend and the opportunity my wife and I had to hang out, with our grandbabies. We've got 3 of them. My daughter and her husband got 3 of them, right? And 2, 5, and 13. And I'm going somewhere with this, so stay with me. Huddle up and listen to me one time. Tell you here, there's some magic in this message. And each one of them have different personalities. Each one of them have different ways of doing things, but there's just some common behaviors in them. And so one of them is, there's 2 R's words I'm going to use. One of them is relentless, right? I mean, kids are just relentless. If they want something, mommy. It's always mommy first. Mothers, we love y'all. I mean, we got to have mothers. Mothers make the world go around. What would we do without moms, right? Mommy. And then it's daddy sometimes. Mommy. Relentless until either, they get you this no and final no, or they wear you down, right? And then it's the next thing, and then it's the next thing. So just relentless, man. But they're also resilient, right? I mean, they when you tell them no, they'll. I made the definition of resilience right here, and I'm going to read it to you. And there's many different definitions, right? Resilient, the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties. And no to them is the difficulty. So I ask you, when did we stop? I say we, including me, being relentless. What was it about our lives that created something different, that forced us to maybe be a little bit more timid, that forced us to stop taking the risk? Was it failure? Was it, a loss? It didn't work out right? Or was it that you never took the action? So that message, you're stuck in the past and things that didn't work out for you and all that other stuff, right? So man, the power of the child. Living life through the imagination of the child is magic, right? And yes, you have to be responsible. And yes, there's other obligations that we have as adults. But when, I ask you, think about when it was when you began to peel off that I'm unstoppable, I can do anything. There's no limits, no fear in my life. To start to protect yourself, to start to put things back in place that kind of keep your life controlled. When did your life change? And what are you willing to do to make a difference in your life that way, right? So, I can go on with this whole subject around that. So, and yeah, for those of you who know, I'm a black t-shirt guy. I have this shirt on now, and I'll get to why I'm here. Because part of my wife and I, we go to Lakewood Church in Texas, Houston, and they have a Hope Rising devotional thing going on. And then the thing, and it kind of fits to what I'm talking about. What's it say? What's it say? I'm going to pop up every now. Find your purpose, right? Think about if you had your purpose, or in your life when you did know what it was you wanted and you were relentless and resilient to get it, there was no question about it, right? Man, so clarity comes from that also, right? When you find your purpose, I'm gonna show it to you again, right? I'm good. Hey, just work out with me, right? So get my arms in shape a little bit. So when you find your purpose, man, your world changes. The kids know they want what they want when they want, and they want everything. Woo. So anyway, let me just I get excited about this because we all have the capabilities, each and every one of us. You know, there was a time when I didn't know what I really wanted in life due to a setback, due to those situations that change, right? And then I had a tendency, like we have a tendency when that happens, to kind of, take the foot off the gas and wander around aimlessly and get caught up in the funk, And I wrote this thing down because I was talking to a good friend of mine today, and we talked about suffering in the silence, right? If you're in that space and you're not sure where you're supposed to be, what your purpose is. For those of you just hopping on, I got this shirt on here now, right? Find your purpose. And you're in that space, man. Have you ever thought that, man, you're not alone, that there is a way out? Have you ever found yourself in that space where you're not sure where? And then that stinking thinking is racing. And that's one of the key reasons why we have this show, because everybody goes through life's challenges. And that's why we talk about the power of the comeback, and why they call me the comeback king, man, because not just in my life, but people that I've worked with, people that I know have told me, Geoff, thank you for the time you spent with me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for offering some suggestions around the next steps I should do in my relationships, or the decision around my business, or I don't get spiritually. That's everybody does their own thing there, but in community, right? And because if you're going to live life full out, you're going to run into some obstacles. You're going to run into some setbacks. You're going to run into some challenges, man. And what do you do when that happens? Some of you got it wired down, right? Those folks that have encouraged me to continue to show up here, that's why it's about to come back. Because I know for me, if there wasn't someone that helped me get myself together when, I was in college and my football dreams of being in the NFL were over before they really got started. And now I have to figure out what to do, right? I'm that 1.99 grade point average kid on probation, never struggled reading, all that stuff, man. Right? But I made a decision. I got some clarity, like we talked about, right? I'm getting ready to find my purpose, right? The next thing for me was to go into business and all that stuff. I talk about that story, right? So we all have our journeys there, man. So I want to leave you with, I'm going to drop 10 things on LinkedIn and Facebook or IG and those things later on so you can get this. But I'm going to talk about the power of resilience and give you 3 things that you can kind of think about. You already know this, right? But I'm just going to be refreshing. Just think of it as a refresher, right? Okay, so first one is resilience, the ability to bounce back, emerge, and you will become stronger and more adaptable, right? When you start to practice, never giving up. When you start to practice, okay, I got knocked down. Talked about the definition, right? Spring back into shape, right? When you get struggles in there, whether it be in your relationship, whether it be in your business, whether it be in your faith, whether it be whatever it might be, remember, you are resilient. You are coming back, right? You can make it happen. Don't stop doing it. So ability to bounce back, emerging stronger, more adaptable. That's number 1. And number 2, exhibit greater capacity to endure challenging situations, and maintain mental, here's the key, maintain mental and emotional well-being. In other words, when stuff hits the fan, right, I either say, okay, all right, I've learned to say, all right, man, I know something's great is coming. If I've got a challenge that just popped up and it's something that I still need to get it done, just like many of you. If that challenge pops up, I know now, right, from being resilient, from bouncing back, that, okay, either I'm not meant to be here, I'm not meant to be here, and there's something on the other side if I stick to it. If I take that next step forward, like my wife talks about, one foot in front of the other, I'm going to get on the other side. I'm going to find out what it is I'm supposed to get to, right? Just like you will. So exhibits greater capacity to endure challenging situations when you make resilience part of your exercise routine, right? If you're in the gym lifting the dumbbells, now you're lifting resilient muscles. You're going that right? You get it. All right. So and then let me see. I may have already said this one. Exhibit greater capacity to endure challenge. Yes. Here's the thing, and this is, you already know this stuff already, right? So you'll see the other ones and you'll think, oh yeah, I get this, but I just wanted to take the time to go over these three, and then you can get the list later on, and we'll do that. I just shared a little bit about them. This one, why I want to talk about this one is that it fosters positive outlooks on life. It allows you to focus on solutions rather than the problems. Man, woo! Boy. Hey, guess what? The deal you had on the table, all of a sudden it blew up on you. So now what? Are you going to focus on what the deal happened to you that day? Or the customer changed their mind and chose somebody else? If you're in the business situation, or your staffing that you thought was all cool, half of them quit, so I can go on and on, right? Your spouse just nagging the crap out of you, and you thought you guys had worked out that obstacle that was in the way, and it popped back up again. So what is it that you focus on? Is it the stuff that's happening in the current situation, or is it the positive outcome that's possible by having a different perspective to know that you can get to the other side? Fosters positive outlooks on life. It allows focus on solutions rather than problems. What are you focusing on today? Hey, listen, I got plenty of problems. Woo! I mean, you know all about, well, I don't know if you know, but, as I kind of wind this thing down, for me, I'm 2 months away from my prostate surgery, and everything's kind of working itself out, but I'm having some challenges with myself, my legs, and because of some things that they had to do, and removing my lymph nodes. And so now, and here why I'm bringing this up is I'm the kind of guy, my wife and I work out 5-6 days a week all the time. And that's just part of the day, 5 weekends we do 6 to 8 mile walks and ride bikes. And I'm used to just like that, right? Man, I gotta tell you, I'm having some, right? I walked the part of our thing out there, and we were visiting our grandkids. I had to walk. Normally I'm walking in front of everybody. I'm the last one in the pack, taking slow steps because I'm on recovery. Right, I know that this stuff that I'm having going on, I'm gonna work through it, but I got to tell you, it's a little challenging because it's sore, it aches sometimes, and it's just there. It's relentless. But I know that I got to get through it because I'm not the only one that faces this kind of stuff, right? And then in the business, I mean, I'm battling, my real estate business. I'm dealing with some stuff, a couple of years old now, and I've got some folks that I'm in court with over stuff, and that weighs. When I show up to here and I tell you about the stinking thinking, man, I got my own set, just like everybody else. But this stuff works when you work it, right? So I ask you, what is it? What is your purpose, right? Mine, today I know I'm supposed to be here. I know that from what people have told me that, hey, Geoff, and I've hid behind being scared and all the negative messaging for years while I help people on the side, right? Along the way, hundreds of people along the way overcome these setbacks that they have, to step in and face their fears, to make sure that, hey, if you made a mistake, forgive yourself. I wrote these things down. If you have a problem, right, in a situation, evaluate your role in it, take full responsibility for it. I don't care if it's not your fault. I don't care if you didn't do it. If your name is in or around it, learn to take full responsibility for things. It'll be magic. You'll see what I'm talking about. People say, oh, well, I wasn't really. Learn to take full responsibility if your name is in the bucket. I don't care. There's some lessons in that. Learn to do that, right? And then identify. Then the next thing is identify what was right, what role you played in it, what was right and what was wrong, right? And then just own all of it, like I talked about. And if it's something you need help, then get the right help. If it's something that you have the ability to do, but it's not really what you're meant to do, then maybe you find somebody else to do that until you can find out what it is you're supposed to do. Man, look, find your purpose no matter what. And as I wrap this thing up, I want to say thank you, everybody, for the continued support. Please, please, please show some love. Let me know if this resonates with you at all. You know, I'm going to check the comments here. Hey, Isaac, how you doing, man? Yes, setbacks are sometimes necessary. Absolutely. Steph, thanks for showing up. And so you folks there, I put some things in the chat, you know, the definition of the resilience. There's many ones, you can find them, you know, just kind of check that stuff out. And as I wrap it up here, please, 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 I also put an opportunity to join our Facebook group, Stronger Together. It's a community. It's about the power of the comeback. It's a community that is around growth and personal development. It's a community that we welcome folks that are focused on getting better, that want to be part of something greater than themselves, right? And then my email is in there for those of you that have been thinking about reaching out to me to find out what you may be able to do with me at a little deeper level. I encourage you to do that, man. I got some really cool things I'm working on. They're going to be released pretty soon. So make sure if that's you, you raise your hand, drop a note in the chat, whether you're here today or you're going to hear the replay. Reach out to me, catch up, get part of this community, man. It's been fun. I mean, I really enjoyed today being able to show up here and just give you a little bit about myself, you know, and I'm not perfect, but no stretch. I have to live this thing that we talk about. So as I leave you today, I want to say thank you, Isaac and Steph, for showing up here today. I know you guys are busy. Setbacks are sometimes necessary, and that's the true reality. And if you don't have any setbacks and nothing is giving you the heebie-jeebies, if your world is, hey, what's up, Nate? All right, man. Back to you. If your world is not shaking you up a little bit, then I got to tell you, man, you really you need to put a little gas on it, right? I mean, hey, I'm just making a suggestion, right? You know, if you're not faced with some difficulties because you want to grow, if you're not faced with some challenges because you're afraid to step out of that comfort zone, if you're not faced with some level of uncomfortableness, then I'm going to raise up, you're not finding your purpose. Because that's going to be a struggle, baby. But it's worth it. So as I wrap this thing up for real, guys, I want to thank everybody. Nate, man, I appreciate you stopping in and welcome everybody that's going to get the replay to really think about becoming part of our community. And the power of stinking thinking does not have to control your life anymore. We all have a gift. We all have a purpose. If you can't find your purpose, let us help you find your purpose. If you know your purpose, drop it in the chat. Let us know what it is so we can make connections for you on this. And remember, see yourself, see your life through the eyes of a child. Don't let anybody, don't let anything, don't let any reason stop you from getting up, getting busy, and chasing that thing, baby. I mean, let's chase it. Let's get that resilient muscle. Let's just work it out in the gym. Take a look, and later on, we're going to post 10 things around resilience that you can use right now, right away. So today I challenge you. Yes, you are the asset. That's exactly right, Nathan. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, guys, I could stay here forever, but I told you I wasn't. I appreciate you. Check this thing out. Share this, subscribe, and remember, stop that stinking thinking. The power of the comeback, and the gift is in the pause. We'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Talk to you later.